pound dumbbells. All right, let's go ahead and get started. 15 minutes of full body warm-ups. Feet hip width apart. We're gonna go up high on the toes, back on the heels. Up high on the toes, back on the heels. Warming up those shins and calves. We're gonna be working them a lot today. We're gonna be working a lot on the balance of the ankles as well. So let's get them warmed up, belly button into the spine. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, last one. Now bring the feet wide, arms wide, hips facing me, and we're gonna twist that upper torso. Twist, toes in front of the heels, hips forward. Warm up that core. It is cold outside today, but we're gonna get it nice and toasty in here. 2 more each side. 1 more each side. Now we're gonna bring the arms out, warm up those glutes and the hamstrings, feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. We're gonna squat back and kick, bringing the opposite foot across the body and up to the other hand. Make sure the arms stay parallel to the floor. Squat back and kick. Hip and rear behind the knees. Down and up through those heels, not the toes. Curl those toes up to the ceiling so you're not using them. 1 more each side. The last one. Now let's work on the posture. Hands at the mid-back, draw the shoulders and the elbows back, chest out. We're gonna rock and kick. Rock and kick. Warming up that quad, bringing the heel all the way up in the back to the rear. Keep those elbows and shoulders back behind you. Chest forward. Two more each side. Last one each side. Now we're gonna get some lateral movement, warm up those hamstrings and hips a little more. Let's step apart, kick with the other foot. Cross, both feet are flat. We're gonna come down, tap those toes, come up through the heels. And apart, kick, cross. Tap the toes, come up through the heels. Back and forth. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one, let me make one quick camera adjustment. All right, let's work on the balance of the hips and open, balance of the ankle, open up the hips. We're gonna plant the left leg, hands at the hips, right leg comes forward and down. Front, corner, and down. Out to the side, back corner, and then straight back. Tighten the rear, again to the back. Back corner, out to the side, front corner, finish out straight ahead. Switch legs, forward and down, front corner and down, out to the side. Back corner, and then straight back. Tighten the rear, again to the back. Back corner, out to the side. Front corner, and then finish out straight ahead. Now we're gonna work on the goblet squat and reach. It's really good to have to think while you are moving your body. So we're gonna work on our coordination. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. We're gonna reach up, forward, beneath, rear comes back and down into a squat and hold. Hold it there, one arm the other, come up nice and tall. Again, forward, beneath, squat and hold, rear and hips low, one arm the other, come up really tall. Again, forward, beneath, down low, squat and hold, one arm the other, and come up. Keep going. Hips and rear behind the knees, knees over the heels, toes up to the ceiling. Pull that belly button to the spine, stand nice and tall. Give me 5 more. And 4 more. 3 more. Keep going. hinging at the waist and at the knees. Last one. One arm, the other, and come up. Bring those hands down. Bring the feet wide. Push the knees back. Come down and grab those ankles or go as low as you can this morning. I know it's early. Let's wake up that body. Come up through the heels. All right, now we're going to go into jacks or modified jacks. 30 seconds. Full range of motion over the head, touching the hands at the side. Make sure those feet are coming nice and wide apart and then together, hip width apart underneath those hips. No jumping in place today. Wide together. If you're doing modified, same range of motion over the head, leaning into that knee, chest down towards the knee, foot wide, and switch. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's roll the shoulders to the back. 3, 2, and 1 to the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, we are going to go into the wall and do a wall sit. 30 seconds. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. Back against the wall, walk those feet out. Lower the rear, hands to the wall. Belly button into the spine. Holding it here. You got it. Find a focal point across the room. We're holding it here for 30 seconds. Knees over the heels, toes in front of the heels, knees in front of the hips. Push everything behind you. You got it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push up that wall. All right, now we are going to warm up the upper body. Feet are wide, arms are wide too. And do circles to the front, warming up those shoulders, toning those underarms. Breathe from the belly. Small circles to the front. Big, big breath. Little bitty circles, warming up those shoulders, toning the underarms. Up. Let me adjust my camera a little bit here. Thanks for joining in live. Small circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Arms are going to come back out to the side, and we're going to reverse that circle to the back. Engage the core. Tighten that rear. Tilt the pelvis forward. Small circles. If you're joining in live, you just need a set of 5-pound bells. We're working the full body today, but we're going to have a primary focus on the legs and the hips. Hold that core in tight. Rear is tight. Glutes engaged. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. We're going into shoulder shrug. Shoulders high, hands low, high and low. Shoulders to the ears, pushing down to the floor. Up high and low. Push it away. 5 and 4, 3 and 2. Last one. Now bring the arms out to the side. We're going to open up the chest, strengthen the back, over unders. One hand and then the other. One hand and then the other. Over and under. Opening up the chest, strengthening those shoulders. That's going to help your posture. And 5, switch. 4, switch. 3 and 2. Last one each side. Now bring those hands down. Arms are going to come forward. We're going to squeeze in the back, clap in the front. Squeeze in the back, clap in the front. Again, opening up the chest, strengthening those shoulders in the upper back. Opening everything up and drawing it back into a more neutral, positive position. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those hands down. We're going to go into windmills. One arm across the body and out. The other, and now both. Across the body, push out to the side. One arm. The other, and now both. Again, one arm. The other, and both. 2 more sets. Pushing that all away. Last set. One arm. The other, and both. Now your neck. We're going to look to the side, center, switch, center, side, center, switch, center. One more. Now up to the ceiling, forward to the floor. Ceiling and floor. One more. Roll that neck all the way around. Big, big circle. Waking up the neck and reverse. All right, we are going to go to the wall, another wall sit, 30 seconds, feet hip width apart, toes in front of those heels. Now walk those feet out, lower the hips and the rear behind the knees. If you want to add some difficulty, you can bend the elbows, arms over the head. So the heels are underneath the knees, knees in front of the hips. Everything's pulled behind you into the wall, belly button into the spine, into the wall, elbows in the wrists as well. Hold it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those hands and push up the wall. We're going to finish out our warm-up down on the floor. Starting on our hands and knees, we're going to go into a 30-second plank, however you are comfortable planking this morning. Knees are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. You can also be on your elbows, elbows underneath the shoulders. We're either slide those knees back or extend the legs, popping up on the toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. If in either position, make sure that shoulder's either over the elbow or over the back of the palm. Keep the back flat, keep the tummy flat, keep the rear tight, rear low, hips high, heels back, shoulders squeezed together. Breathe into the floor. Pull that belly button into the back. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. Down to the floor. Extend the legs, point the toes, plant the hands, extend the arms. If your back is tight this morning, you can also come down on those elbows. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push all the way back. Rear comes to the heels. Now we're going to stretch out those hips, and we're going to be working really hard today. Bring the knees out wide to the side of your mat. And we're going to keep the rear at the heels as we extend the arms forward. So the rear wants to come up, and don't let it. Drop those elbows, lower the forehead to the floor. Feel that great stretch in the adductors. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands, come onto the hands and knees. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are hip width apart. We're going to go into bird dog, great balancing exercise to wake up the body. Reach out, opposite arm, opposite leg, come back to center. Opposite arm, opposite leg, come back to center. Hands come back underneath the shoulders, knees come wide underneath the hips. Your feet are flexed and you're pushing behind you as that heel comes straight behind the rear. Don't let those hips rock back and forth. Point them straight down at the floor. Don't let that belly button move either. Big exhale as you extend. Give me 5 more each side. Four more each side. Three. And 2. Give me 1 more each direction. Excellent. Let's go on our back. Let's stretch out the back a little more. Fire up those glutes. Work the core. We go into glute bridges. Heels underneath the knees. Make sure they're not right at the rear. And fingertips towards the heels. Roll the shoulder blades underneath you and stick the chest out. Your feet should be hip width apart. Curl the toes up to the ceiling as you extend the hips high, rear tight, and then come down and relax. Up high, rear tight, and come down and relax. We're doing 15 of these. As you elevate up, make sure your body's not swaying or rocking back and forth. Hips come straight up, and then pull them straight down. Give me 10 more, and then we're holding at the top. Find a focal point and breathe. Hips high, rear tight. Come down and relax. 5 more. 4 more. Give me 3. And 2. Last one, hold at the top. 10, 9, cores engaged, rears engaged. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax at the mat. All right, take your time getting up. We're gonna get started from a standing position with those 5-pound bells, starting with a boatload of weighted squats. I am using 5-pound bells today. Might wanna also have another lighter set for a tricep exercise we have coming up. So we're gonna get started. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. We're gonna bring the rear back and down as the bells come in front of the shins and the calves, and then hips come forward. Rear back and down, hips up and forward. Toes in front of the heels, curl those toes up to the ceiling so you're not using them. Try to bring the hips and the rear behind the knees. Challenge yourself. Hinge back and then down. I'm going to demonstrate to the side. Hinge back and then down. Up and forward. Back and then down. Up and forward. Chest comes towards the knees. Back stays flat. Neck stays relaxed. Curl those toes up so you're not using them. We're going to do 10 more. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Belly button into the spine on the way up. Rear tight on the way up. Give me 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. 2. Last one, inhale down, exhale up. Now we're gonna work on quite a challenging exercise, alternating forward lunges with a double overhead tricep extension. So if you wanna lighten up on the weights this first round or go to using just the body weight, that would probably be a great idea. First, we're gonna do a couple of rounds of just focusing on proper lunge form. So I'm gonna just demonstrate to the side. Join me. We're gonna take a wide step, heel to toe, drop that back knee down, front knee over the front heel, push back through the front foot, and switch, heel to toe, back knee down, front knee over the front heel, and push back. Back knee does not have to go all the way to the floor. Go as low as you can without letting that front knee come over the toe. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Now we're gonna add the overhead tricep extension. Heel to toe, lower. We're gonna lift up, bend at the elbows, extend, lower, push back, and switch. Heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back. Again, heel to toe. Keep those elbows against the ears. Don't let them come wider forward. Elbows should be pointing straight up at the floor. Arms perpendicular to the floor. I'm going to demonstrate to the front. Nice wide step forward, heel to toe. Lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back, and switch. With the lunge, don't let the chest come towards the knee. It's not like that squat where you want the torso to come forward. You want it to stay perpendicular to the floor, just like those arms. I know you're feeling it in the legs. I am too. I told you you're going to be working those legs a lot today. Give me 2 more each side. You can do it. If you need to lighten up on those weights, do it. Make yourself successful. Last one, each side. Ready? Heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back. Last one, heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, and push back. Those are a doozy. All right, we're gonna get rid of one bell, keep the other bell, hold it sideways. We're gonna go into a sumo squat with an upward row. So your feet are nice and wide, toes to the front corners of your room. Lower that bell. We're gonna basically bend at the knees and row up the body for 5, get lower for 5, and lower for the last 5, for a total of 15. Let's do it. Bend at the knees, row up wide, 5 and 4, push through the heels, 3 and 2, last 1, lower, 5 and 4, pull up, and 2, 1, lower, last 5, rear between the knees, 4 and 3 and 2, last 1, extend and push back up. Awesome. Let's go down to the mat. Bring your bells along with you. We're going to start on our back. We're going to go into painting leg raises, really toning the thighs and opening up the hips. So we're going to be on our back, thumbs underneath the rear. We're going to keep the left leg bent, extend the right leg, point those toes, soft bend in the knee. We're going to lift over the hip, flex the foot, and lower. Point, lift, flex, lower, point, lift, flex, lower. You can allow that foot to rest on the ground, but if you want to challenge yourself, you can keep it hovering an inch or 2 off the floor. Keep that soft bend in the knee that's moving. That's going to help your lower back. And definitely make sure that this other leg is bent. That's really going to help your lower back. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Give me 9 more. 8. Get that heel as high as you can. 7. I know you're on fire. You're feeling it. I am too. 5. And 4. 3. Hang with me. Give me 1 more. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Now we're going to bend that leg, extend the other, point the toes, soft bend in that knee. Lift, flex, and lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Try to get that foot as high as you can over the hip, stretching out that hamstring. Point, lift, flex, lower. Give me 9 more. 8 and 7. 6 and 5. Stretch out those hamstrings. 4. Tone the thighs. 3. 2. Last one. Point, lift, flex, and lower. We're going to stay on our back and grab our bells. We're going to go into a lying chest press with our legs elevated. Knees are wide over the hips. Feet are flexed. We're going to extend the bells over our chest, knuckles facing away from us, and pull those elbows down and push back up over the chest. Elbows touch the floor out to the side of the shoulders. Bells touch together over the chest. At the top, you're going to have a soft bend in those elbows. Don't let those knees come towards your chest, and don't let those heels come towards the floor. Keep that 90-degree bend. Work the core, pull that belly button into the spine. Give me 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. Let's get rid of those bells. We're now going to work those hips even more. We're going to lay on our side, W raises. So make sure that this bottom shoulder is comfortable. You can either lay down on the floor or rest on your hand. We're going to stack the hips, knees, and the heels. The feet are flexed. We're going to basically do side lying leg lifts. We're going to make M's or W's coming forward and backward. So join me here. We're going to lift up and then down about an inch or 2 from the heel, and up and forward, up and down, up and to the back. Making a 45-degree angle to the front and then the back. Don't let that foot come down to the floor or the other foot. Now check on your hips. They should still be stacked. You don't want that top hip to be moving, coming forward or backward. Engage the core, hold yourself in place. One more set. Up, down, up, forward, up, down, and finish to the back. Now we're gonna stack everything back up here. We're gonna go into clamshell. So knees are coming forward, heels are coming to the rear. We're gonna put the hand at the hip on here, and we're gonna open up the hip. We're gonna bring that knee up to the ceiling, tighten the rear, and come back down. Up to the ceiling, tighten the rear, and come back down. Give me 10 more. Hardest part with these is getting those feet comfortable. They should be touching, top foot should be rotating. Try to challenge yourself, get that knee all the way to the ceiling, then close it back up. All the way up there and all the way down. Give me 6 and 5. You got it. 4 and 3. 2. Last one. Open up and close. Now, before we go up and over to the other side, we're going to go on our back to a glute bridge variation. We're going to go into frog leg glute bridges. I'm just going to demonstrate. You're going to have your feet on their side, and the toes all the way down to the heels are touching, and you're going to lower the rear to those heels and push the knees out as low as you can to the side, just to stretch out those adductors. So feet are on their side, rear to the heels, knees come out wide and lower to the ground. Hands are at your side, pushing through those palms, pushing those feet together. We're going to extend the hips high, rear tight, come down and relax. Up high, rear tight, come down and relax. Rear and hips up, and then relax. Don't let those knees come towards the ceiling. You can help yourself by lowering the rear down to those heels. Scoot yourself down. If this is still too difficult, you can have the feet flat on the ground in a V. So your heels will be together and your toes out. Give me 7 more. 7 and 6 and 5. Big breath. 4 and 3. Knees wide. 2. Last one and relax. All right, we're going to go over to the other side. Sideline W raises. Make sure that bottom shoulder's comfortable, stacking the hips, knees, and heels, feet flex. We're going to lift up, lower, up, forward, up, lower, up to the back. Again, heel about an inch or 2 from the floor on the other foot. Exhale as you lower. We've got 3 more. Don't let that top hip move. Don't let it come forward or back. Give me 2 more. Last one. Up, straight down, up and forward, up, straight down, and then to the back. Excellent. Let's finish out with clamshell. Stack everything up. Bring the knees forward, and then the heels are going to be at the rear, hands at your hip bone. We're going to open up that hip and close everything up. Tighten the rear and relax. Big breath out as you bring that knee up as high as you can towards the ceiling. Give me 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Big breath. 4 and 3, 2, last one, and relax. Take your time getting up. We're going to go back to the top with all that fun leg work, starting with weighted squats. Feet are hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. Curl those toes up. We're going to bring the rear back and down. Bells come forward. Rear back and down. Bells come in front of those shins. Chest towards the knee. Back is flat. Give me 15 more. Rear back and down. Hips up and forward. Down through the heels. Up through the heels. Make sure you're hinging at the waist in both directions. Give me 10 more, 10. Then we have those fun alternating lunges with the overhead tricep extension. 8 and 7. Inhale down, exhale up. And 5 and 4. 3, rear low, knee over the heel. Last one, inhale down, exhale up. Now we're gonna go into those alternating lunges with the overhead tricep extension. Let's try a couple of lunges to get back into our groove. Take a nice wide step forward, heel to toe, drop that knee down, push back to the center. Wide step, heel to toe, back knee down, towards the floor. Again, it doesn't have to touch the floor. Key to proper lunge form is taking a nice wide step. Most often, people take too narrow of a step and then their knee ends up coming in front of their feet, which really challenges the quad too much, making it painful. Now we're gonna add to it. Heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back. Again, heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back. Make sure those arms are perpendicular to the floor. Elbows stay tight and close to the ears. Don't let the elbows come forward or wide. We've got 5 more. We can do it. Heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back. Again, heel to toe, 90-degree bend in that front leg. 4 more, big breath, heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back, and switch. Exhale on the way back. Inhale down. Exhale up and switch. This is great for your balance. 2 more each side, heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back, and switch. You can do it. Give me 1 more each side, heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, push back, and switch. Heel to toe, lower, lift, bend, extend, lower, and push back. Let's get rid of one of those bells. Hold the other bell sideways. I'm gonna go into that sumo squat with an upward row. Feet wide, toes out, lower that bell. Gonna bend at the knees, lower the rear and row up. 5 and 4. Pull up and 2 and 1. Lower through the heels, 5 and 4. 3 and 2. Last one. Lower, last 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Lower and push up through those heels. Now we're going to go down to the floor. Finish out those exercises down on the mat. Keep those bells close by. We're going to start with painting leg raises, bending the knees. Feet flat on the ground. We're going to extend that right leg, point the foot. Soften in that knee again. We're going to lift, flex, and lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Doing 15 of these on each side. Again, keeping that soft bend in your knee and the other knee bent is going to help your back. That's something to take into consideration with any exercise you're doing. Keep a knee bent or going into a split stance from a standing position is going to help your back. Give me 8 more. Fully point, lift, fully flex, and lower. 7 more. 6, 5, and 4. 3. You got it. 2. Hang with me. Last one. and relax. Bend that leg, extend the other, point the toes. Ready? Lift, flex, and lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Challenging yourself, get that foot high. Bring that knee further towards the chest. Eight more. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Give me 3 more. Bring that foot high. I know you're feeling it. 2. Last one. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Awesome. Now we're going to work the core and the chest. We're going to go into that chest press with our legs elevated to 90 degrees. Knees are hip width apart, feet flexed. Extend those arms up over the chest and pull down, push up, pull down. Engage that core, pulling that belly button into the spine, spine into the floor. Keep those knees up over the hips. Keep the heels high. Allow those elbows to come to the side of the shoulder and push up over the chest. Give me 7 and 6, 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. Let's get rid of those bells. We're done with them for the day. We're gonna lay on our side. Side lying W, raises, stacking the hips, knees, and heels, feet are flexed. Ready? Let's do it. Open up, lower, up to the front, up, lower, up to the back, up, lower, an inch or 2 from that foot, up, lower, inch or 2 to the floor. Top hip isn't moving, keep it stacked. Give me 2 more sets. Last set, up, lower, up to the front, up, lower, up to the back. And finish it out. Excellent. Bring those feet down, stack everything up. We're going to go into clamshells, knees forward, heels to the rear, hand at that hip bone. Open up that hip, tighten the rear, and come back down. Open and close. Open and close. Get that knee as high as you can. Big exhale as you lift. Give me 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, last one. Open and close. Before we go over to the other side, we're going to go into those frog leg glute bridges. Feet together, knees out wide, lower that rear to the heels, hands on the floor. We're going to extend the hips high, rear tight, come down and relax. Up high, rear tight, come down and relax. Knees wide to the floor, pushing from the toes all the way to the heels, pushing together. Give me 10 more. 10 and 9 and 8, 7, big breath, 6 and 5, 4, 3, hips high, rear high. Last one, and relax. We're gonna go up and over to the other side. Side lying W raises, stacking everything up, relaxing that shoulder. Get comfortable. Ready? Keep the feet flexed. We're gonna lift, lower, lift to the front, lift, lower, and to the back. Lift, lower, to the front, lift, lower, to the back. 3 more sets. Don't let those heels touch. 2 more sets. Top hip isn't moving. Keep it stacked. Last set. And finish it out. Stack everything back up. I'm gonna finish out with clamshells, knees forward, heels at the rear, hand at the hip bone. Open it up, tighten the rear, come back down. And again, open it up, tighten the rear, come back down. 10 and 9, 8 and 7. Get that knee high. 6 and 5, 4 and 3, 2, last one. Open and close. Let's stretch it out. We're going to start with stretching out those hips. Great workout today. Good job. Start on your hands and knees. And now we're going to bring the right foot in between your hands or underneath the chest. We're going to plant our left hand, the opposite hand, and twist towards the right, towards that knee, bringing the right hand up to the ceiling. Stretching out that right hip that we worked so hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center on the hands and knees. We're switching sides. Left foot in between your hands or underneath the chest. Plant the right hand. We're going to twist towards the left, bringing that left hand up, stretching out the left hip. Further you rotate your torso, the more you're going to feel it in that hip and the chest and the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center on the hands and knees. Now we're going to stretch out the adductors and the inside of the hip. We're going to be on the hands and knees. We're going to take the right foot on its side, so it's laying on the side of the foot. And we're going to feel that great stretch here in the inner thigh. I'm going to go into child's pose, so you can keep that foot there or drag it along with you as you bring the rear to the heels. And then to intensify the stretch, reach forward, drop the elbows and the chin to the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back on your hands and knees. Left foot comes out to the side of the torso or to the side of the shoulder. Make sure it's rested on its side. We're going to come back into child's pose. Again, your foot can stay there or drag it with you. Feel that great stretch, and to stretch even further, extend the arms forward, drop the elbows, and then the chin to the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, on the hands and knees, we're going to curl our toes, and then slowly take our time getting up. And we're going to finish out stretching the whole body. Feet wide, clasp those hands together. We're going to tilt the pelvis forward, tighten the rear, and reach up. And bend to the side. And push through those heels and come to center. And then over to the other side. And back to center again. Now flip the wrists, push into the ceiling, bring the feet hip width apart, push into the floor. Push in both directions, looking up at those hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the hands apart. Hands come behind the rear, soft bend in the knees. Chest comes forward, hands come back. And then head to the ground, hands come up. Push through those heels for that great stretch in your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tilt the pelvis forward and come up. Feet wide, one arm across the body. We're going to stretch out the shoulders. Give yourself a hug. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Swing the other arm across the body. Other hand comes underneath and pulls in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Swing that arm over the head. Grab the ear, pull away, and drop this other shoulder to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and switch sides. Pull away and drop the shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Thanks so much if you joined me live. If you're watching the recording, I hope you also got a great workout, and I hope everyone stays warm and safe. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.